Hello and welcome to Widmo. I'm Amir, and in today's quick tip, we're going to take a look at up converting and down converting videos and how to get the best results from Final Cut Pro and Apple's Compressor. There are many times that you're working on a 4K project and you want to export an HD for web, or you might have an HD video that you need to up convert to 3K or 4K. If you go to Apple's Compressor and add a preset to our video, and go to video, down here in the quality section, we have something called Resize Filter. In here, we have 7 different options from nearest pixel, which is the fastest one to render and delivers the lowest quality, to anti-aliased, which is, of course, the best one and slowest to render. And these options are stacked pretty logically. The one on top is fastest and delivers the lowest quality, and the one on the bottom is the slowest to render and delivers best quality. I have rendered different videos with these options. Now let's take a look at them. These videos are identical, and the only difference between them is the resize filter. Now the first one is Final Cut Pro's own export. The second one is Apple Compressor's. The second one is Compressor's down conversion using nearest pixel resize filter. So let's zoom in on this. Well, Final Cut Pro's own exports seem a little bit blurry. And if I turn this on, you see that it looks really ugly. I mean, this is the problem that we get when we don't have anti-aliasing. Now, the second one is linear. Now, this is Compressor's default filter. Let me just zoom in even more. Now, this one is better than nearest pixel, but it's not great. The next option is Gaussian. This looks much better than linear and nearest pixel, and of course it takes longer to render. According to Apple's documentation, Gaussian is the perfect balance between render time and quality. If you don't have enough time to render your video, this option could save you. The next one is Lantos 3. By the way, I hope I spelled his name right. I know he's a great Hungarian mathematician. Lantos is better than Gaussian in a sense that it's sharper, but it creates jagged lines. So, it's really not my favorite. The next one is Bicubic. This one looks kind of similar to Lantos, but it's a little bit smoother. And the last one is anti-aliased. This one is the best one, and it's slowest to render. So if we take a look at the numbers in here, and if I compare them to Final Cut Pro's own export, let me just turn this one on and off. And now you can clearly see the difference between Compressor's export using anti-aliased resize filter and, which is this one, and Final Cut Pro's blurry export. Now, what about the opposite? What if we have an HD video and we want to up convert it to 4K? Well, back in a compressor, we have 4 options down here that when you want to up convert, they become really important. When you enlarge a small video, it gets blurry by nature, and that's why you should use these 4 options. The first one is adaptive details, and it's trying to distinguish between noise and the actual image itself. The next one, anti-aliasing level, is trying to smooth the curvy lines and keep the image sharp. Now, when you're up converting, probably the most important option is this one, details level. This will increase your render time more than any other option, but it is critical when you're up converting. What it does is really amazing. It looks for shapes and it tries to enlarge shapes, not just add pixel here and there. Now the last one is dithering, and this one will add some sort of noise to your image to prevent large blocks of pixels. I'm sure you have seen this phenomena that you see large squares, and this one tries to break them down. However, because it adds noise to your image, your footage may look noisy. I have upconverted this HD video to a 4K video, first with Final Cut Pro and then with Apple Compressor. So back in Final Cut, this is a 4K project and this is our original 4K clip. Let's compare the results. The first one is Final Cut Pro's own up conversion. So an HD clip that was converted to 4K by Final Cut Pro. And it looks blurry. The third video has been up converted using Apple's compressor with this option turned on. And now if you compare the two, well, the difference is not that much. For the next one, I raised the anti-aliasing level up to 100. Let me just turn this one off. And this one is Apple compressors, and this one is Final Cut Pros. Again, the difference is not that much. For the next one, I raised this details level up to 100. Now this really makes a difference. This one looks really good. And that's why I said the details level is really important when you're up converting. Now for a quick recap, if you want to down convert your large videos, it's better to use Apple's compressor and use anti-alias Resize Filter. If you don't have enough time to render, you can use Gaussian. Now to up convert your smaller videos, it's better to use anti-alias Resize Filter, turn this one on, and increase these two all the way up to 100. By the way, I know that you might use Adobe Premiere Pro or some other video editing application, or you might use a different software or plugin for your video conversions. And if you want, you can download this video for free from the link in the description box, and you can use it to test the quality of the codecs that you use, the quality of export, the quality of up conversion and down conversion. And keep in mind that this is not scientific, but I think it helps to some extent. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will upload more videos in the coming weeks, and thank you very much for watching.